Welcome back, everybody. Today we have the second Cannondale.
Alright, now that we have this in the garage and the weather is a little bit nicer, let's take a look at what we got. So this one is a Cannondale Cannibal. Not sure what year this is, but it's got a few upgrades that make it different than mine. First thing you can see right off, we got these really cool AC Racing Nerf bars. Changes the actual like foot peg mount and puts the back to an aluminum, and it also crosses through the front. I have another set of these, and I finally had the parts that came along with this to make that happen for my Cannondale. Another cool difference on this is this has the original Öhlins upgraded suspension. Really expensive, unfindable stuff these days, but front and rear Öhlins adjustable shocks. Pretty neat. This one also has the ITP whole shot tires on it, front and rear. Haven't really done a bunch of riding on those kind of tires, but I assume they're pretty good. They look mean. And another big difference you'll see here is this has the American flag graphics, because as you should know, these are proudly made in the United States. Well, they were. A couple things I did see on this is right here this one has an actual like kill switch for racing. So you'll hook this to whatever, maybe like a armband you're wearing, and if it pulls off, kills the four-wheeler. And a nice little performance piece right here. We have an HMF exhaust on this. Haven't really heard of that company, but I've talked to some other people and they have. So I'm really curious to see how that sounds. But for now, the air box is not in here. I do have a bag of airbox parts that I think I can make a full one out of. This one also has the headlight delete kit, and I do have the factory headlight buckets that came with it, which those are probably going to go back on because once again this one's probably not going to be raced. Looking at the gas tank, let's see what we got. This is still a factory cap. These do end up giving issues with being able to thread on correctly or holding their threads, but let's take a look in this tank. Oh yeah, that doesn't look good. I have a fresher tank that will go on this from my other build, so I'll probably use that. Oh man, that stinks. Oh, that smells real bad. The seat looks to be in very nice condition. It needs cleaned up, but no rips, tears, holes, or anything like that. Bottom side looks pretty solid. Let's go ahead and pop some of these fenders off. Most of the bolts were missing out of this. I took the last few out before I started the video, so I can just pull this off. And the back is exactly what I expected. I need a place to put this. I guess we'll put it on the truck. Alright. I got the two side panels, which are still in pretty good condition. I got the front fenders. One of the things that concerns me about this is the inside of these. I think it's been on and off enough time to waller out the inside, so the washer kind of just passes right through the hole. So let's see if I can get this off. Alright. Okay, I see where I'm hanging up. It's back here on this fender support. So we'll sneak that right past there. Oh, look at that, it's trying to fall right off. So pull that off, and still a Cannondale. good thing I see is there's still some amount of coolant in it. I believe this one still has the magnesium valve cover, so I'm expecting that to have an issue, as mine did. But what we're going to try to do is make this thing run, at least verify it starts and doesn't knock or anything, and then go through that. Oh, somebody already unhooked the gas tank. I will have to put a battery on it and disconnect the fuel pump and see if I can get oil to pump up to the frame, because there's no way to check the oil in the bottom of this. You have to check it from this port in the frame. But eventually I'm gonna have to actually pull this motor out to check the water pump in here and also change the valve cover, which you can barely see. So we'll get to taking the tank off, take this X-brace off, and see what we got underneath. Alright, so got the fuel pump unplugged. Got a jumper pack right here, kind of just clamped onto the battery cables. Let's see if it's got anything. Well, that can't be good. My jumper pack is dead. So we'll come back to this. Alright, so plan B, got a car battery, some jumper cables. Upon further inspection of this thing, I figured out that they took the wire off of the starter. So I think they're trying to do what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm gonna turn it over with the starter, if it'll go, and we're gonna pop this cap out right here and see if we start getting oil flow up here. That would be ideal. Don't know how long it'll take, but let's see what happens. Ooh. Ooh, don't be locked up. Oh. Well, let's give that a second. Okay, so, oh wow, that's maybe a better ground. Let's see what is that gonna do it? Maybe. I really wish it'd do more than one crank at a time, but for a second there I thought I was having the same problem as my other one did, where I think the bottom end got locked up on oil because it all drained down and I probably had a little bit too much in it. But this might just be a weak starter. Fortunately, if that's the case, out of my pile of parts over here, I believe I have another starter. I'll be able to swap that onto it. But that'll take a little bit of digging. As far as I can tell, it's definitely not locked up, so that's a plus. Couple other things to look at on it, but hopefully I can get this thing turning over a little bit freer, because I'd really like to verify the engine before I pull it out. Also, another thing I found out is when I pulled this gas tank all the way off, it's still got stuff in it. I'm kind of scared to look and see what it is, or if it's even flammable anymore. But if I can find a container laying around, I might pour some out and look at it. So we'll see in a few. So I decided to pull the spark plug out, and honestly, it doesn't look that bad. So maybe with the less compression on the cylinder, we'll get this thing to turn over and see what the oil's doing. So pull my cap back out, stick that right there, and let's see how it sounds. Okay, so it's definitely pumping oil. That's a good thing. So we'll let that starter chill out for a second. The starter doesn't sound great, but it definitely has oil in it, and it's definitely pumping. So what I'm going to do next is put my dipstick back in, and we're going to crank it over and see what kind of oil we get on the dipstick, and see if there's any water in this thing, or maybe even antifreeze mixing in. So, oh, it's getting faster and faster. Oh, that sounds great. Alright, now let's pull it. I'm starting to think maybe the clutches were dry or something. So it's not milky, and it definitely has some oil in it, so that is good to see. I think that'd be good enough to start it once. So in order to do that, I'll need to hook the starter up the right way if I don't have to replace it. I have a feeling when I put the spark plug back in here, it's still not going to work great. So we'll check in on that in a little bit. I'll have to put the gas tank on it with fresh gas, and I gotta check these O-rings. They don't seem flat at all like my other ones were, so that might be a nice feature. And after that, I think it should start, or try to. So I'll take care of those few things, and then I'll come back and we'll try it out. Alright, so I found my spare starter. This one's untested, so I got the jumper cables on it. We're gonna see what it does before I even try to put it in. Ooh. Yeah, that one's got some torque. Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to put that in to move forward, and to do that I gotta pull the quad all the way out of the garage. So I'm probably done with this for the night, and probably for the video. So until next time, I'll see you later.